Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to our series on internal communication strategies. I'm Yogesh.
And I'm Lily. We're thrilled you've joined us for episode 2, where we'll be diving deep into something organizations often struggle with: choosing the right communication channels.
Yes, tools and channels are everywhere. Emails, chats, intranets, newsletters, video calls. And yet, many leaders still feel their message doesn't land. Why? Because it's not just about the tool. It's about choosing the right tool for the right message.
Exactly. I think of it like cooking. You wouldn't use a blender when you need to bake bread. The wrong tool gets the job done poorly or not at all.
I love that analogy. So in this episode, we'll cover categories of internal communication channels, how to match channels to message types, common pitfalls, building a multi-channel strategy.
Let's start by defining the types of channels. Yogesh, can you walk us through the major categories?
Of course, there are 4 broad categories of internal communication channels. Formal channels, like emails, newsletters, intranets. Informal channels, like instant messaging, hallway chats, team huddles. Face-to-face channels, town halls, one-on-ones, team meetings. And digital collaboration platforms, Slack, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Notion, etc.
That makes a lot of sense. And each of those has different strengths, right?
Exactly. Let's break them down.
All right, let's start with formal channels.
Formal channels are ideal for documentation, reference, and clarity. For example, company-wide announcements, policy updates, strategy documents. They're great for setting the record straight and ensuring the message is preserved.
But formal doesn't always mean engaging, right?
Right, formal channels can lack immediacy and warmth. That's where informal channels come in.
Those are like digital water coolers, Slack channels, WhatsApp groups, even lunchtime conversations.
Exactly. They foster relationship building and spontaneous idea sharing, but they're not ideal for complex, high-stakes communication.
Then we've got face-to-face or synchronous channels.
Yes, these are powerful for nuanced communication, emotional tone, and alignment. A leadership Q&A session, a manager's check-in, or even a town hall can humanize strategy and build trust.
And last but not least, digital platforms.
These are the digital backbones, combining messaging, file sharing, video calls, and more. Think Teams, Zoom, Slack. They allow real-time and asynchronous communication, key for remote and hybrid teams.
So many tools. How do you choose the right one?
Great question. It depends on the complexity of the message, the audience size and diversity, the emotional weight of the message, and the need for feedback or action.
Let's do a quick example. Say I'm a CEO announcing a company rebrand. What's the right channel?
That's a big one. Emotionally and strategically, I'd recommend a multi-channel approach. Live virtual town hall for launch, follow-up email recap with visuals, internal microsite for FAQs and branding guides, team meetings to localize the message.
That's a solid playbook, and it reinforces the message across touchpoints.
Exactly. Repetition across different formats builds retention. It's not about over-communication, it's strategic reinforcement.
I've seen companies rely too heavily on email. What's the danger there?
Email fatigue. People start to ignore, skim, or even delete. Important messages get buried. Email should be one part of the puzzle, not the whole thing.
And what about communication overload? Too many channels can create noise.
Yes, and that's why organizations need a channel governance framework. Decide what type of messages go where, who owns each channel, how frequency is managed.
That's so important. I've seen teams where people don't know whether to check Slack, email, or Google Docs for updates. It wastes time.
Exactly. The absence of a plan leads to confusion. Imagine a newsroom without an editor-in-chief. Chaos.
So, Yogesh, what does a channel strategy look like in a modern organization?
It includes a channel matrix, mapping channels to message types, training, teaching employees when and how to use each tool, measurement, tracking engagement and effectiveness, Feedback loops, listening to how people experience communication.
That's brilliant. So instead of adding more tools, we need to be more intentional with the ones we already have.
Exactly. It's not about volume, it's about fit.
All right, before we close today's episode, let's do a quick recap.
Sure. Here are the key takeaways. Internal channels fall into 4 categories: formal, informal, face-to-face, and digital platforms. No one channel fits all, tailored based on message type, audience, and urgency. Use a multi-channel approach for high-impact communication. Govern your channels to avoid overload and confusion. Measure and adjust your strategy based on feedback.
That's a power-packed summary. And in our next episode, we'll explore how leaders can model effective internal communication, because the tone starts at the top.
Absolutely. Communication is culture. When leaders speak clearly, frequently, and authentically, the entire organization listens.
Thanks again for joining us. Try auditing your own internal channels this week. What's working? What's creating noise?
Thank you, Lily. To our listeners, and start mapping out which messages go where. That small shift can improve alignment and employee experience in a big way. If you found this episode of Corporate Communication useful, don't forget to join us, leadershipacademy.tagbizsutra.com. Do share it with your friends and colleagues and leave your review. Until next time, keep communicating with purpose.